Shalom. I would like to start off with giving all praises and the highest honor to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM Kakadash, double honors to my elders and apostles and teachers of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the sister Akiam across the world who are spreading his knowledge in truth and sincerity. May the lecture be of one household. Shalom. So today I want to talk about many people think that we are all Africans because we are so-called black or dark skin or whatever. Okay, but we are not black, we're not African, we're not Afro-American or stuff like that. We are Israelites, that is what we are, okay? We're not Hamites, because the Hamites, they are the real Africans, okay? And as a matter of fact, the name Africa came from a white man named Leoscipicus Africanus. Okay, he named the continent Africa after his own name. Let me see. Africanus. Here, Cornelius Scipio Africanus. Oh wait, not him. Leo Scipio Africanus. Oh, it is him. Salakia. Yes. So this man, this motherfucker, he named the continent, the land Africa after his own name, Africa, Africanus. So you are calling yourself basically after a white man's name, which is total bullshit actually when you think about it. But anyway, let's grab a few scriptures to show that the Israelites went into slavery and not the Hamites, because people also like to say that Africans sold Africans in slavery, which is not true. It was Hamites selling Israelites into slavery, okay? So, you know what, let's grab that in the Blue Letter Bible. Let's go to the book of Joel, chapter 3. There you see that the Hamites sold us, the so-called Africans, the so-called Ethiopians. So this is Joel 3, starting at verse 1. The point is in verse 4 and 6. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot. So they were selling us, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. They were selling us just to have a few drinks. Okay, that's how low we were. I just watched the movie Goodbye Uncle Tom today, and that movie basically also shows you what they were doing to us. So if I were you, I would watch that also. You can find it on YouTube. Anyway, verse 4. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of the Philistine? Okay, so this is talking about the real Africans, the so-called Hamites, Tyre and Zidon, because Zidon is a son of Canaan, and Canaan is the son of Ham. That's why they are called Hamites. Okay, Sidon. Here it says outline of biblical usage. Sidon, hunting, ancient Phoenician city on the Mediterranean coast north of Tyre. Okay, and here it says strong definitions. Sidon, the name of a son of Canaan and of a place in Palestine. Okay, and when we go to let's read it first. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. So they literally took our silver and our gold, okay? Verse 6. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. So they sold us, okay? And going back to verse 4, Tyre and Zidon, when you go to Genesis 10, then you see the sons of... Let's start at verse 1 and then jump to verse 6. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. Verse 6. And the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, and Put, and Canaan. Okay, and Cushites are the so-called Ethiopians. Mizraim are the so-called Egyptians. And then you have Put and Canaan, which are also Hamites, because they are the sons of Ham, of course. Let me see. Yeah, here. And verse 15. And Canaan begot Sidon, his firstborn, and had... Okay, so you see Sidon is a son of Canaan. Yes. And they are Hamites. They are not Israelites. Okay. Let me see the children of Shem. No, not this one. So going back to Joel. Oh, Salakia. Yeah, going back to Joel 3. Verse 4. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own hand. Okay, verse 7. Verse 6, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye. Who is ye talking about? That's talking about Tyre and Sidon. They have sold us unto the Grecians, that you might remove them from their borders. And the Grecians are the so-called white men. But when you look up this word Grecians here in the Blue Letter Bible, you're going to see here on a strong definition, Japhanite, or descendant of Japhan, which means they were Japhetic people, because the Japhites were the original Grecians. But in this verse it's talking about the Edomites, okay, because as you know, the Edomites like to take over places. So they took over the Grecians, the area where the Grecians lived, the so-called Japhites, Japhetic people, which are now the so-called Filipinos, stuff like that. So the white people, the Edomites, they took that over and called themselves the Grecians. And to prove that the Hamites, okay, sold us to the Grecians, to the Edomites, and not to the Japhetic people, let's go to the book of Amos, chapter 1, verse 9. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Tyrus, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom, and remembered not the brotherly covenant. And who is Tyrus? Let's go to the word Tyrus. Tyrus is just another word for, outline of biblical usage, it says Tyre or Tyrus. Okay, just like we read in the other verse in Joel, Tyre or Tyrus, the Phoenician city on the Mediterranean coast. So this is talking about the Hamites. And what did they do? They sold us to whom? To Edom, or better said, Esau, the Edomites. So in this verse, Joel, it clearly shows you in verse 6, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians, that you might remove them far from their border. So the Hamites sold us to the Edomites, the Grecians. But why did that happen? Well, because we did not hearken unto the voice of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. We did not keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay, Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day. So if we don't listen, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And one of the curses in the last verse, 68, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Wait a minute, Israel is next to Egypt. So how can you go? Why would you go there with ships? Well, Egypt is talking about how do you say that? Egypt means bondage. Okay, they don't show it here, but Egypt means bondage, and we went into bondage again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you, meaning nobody shall buy your freedom. So this is the transatlantic slave trade that happened, and we were sold, showing you that the Israelites actually were sold. And as a matter of fact, when you see the Hebrew, how do you say that, ancient drawings of Egyptian, okay, then you see so-called black people, right? Well, if the ancient Egyptians were black, okay, and they were drawing slaves also black, and we know through the scriptures that the Israelites were slaves in Egypt, then you see clearly here that the Israelites were dark-skinned people. Okay, so that alone cuts a whole lot of bullshit. But anyway, that is basically what happened. Okay, so this person on the left looks more like an Israelite. Okay, he has the features of an Israelite, and this is a real African Hamite, totally different. Okay, and also in the Compact Bible Dictionary, when you look up the word Ham, the youngest son here, Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor, pro meaning before, and gen meaning your genes, so the forefather of the dark races, not the Negroes. Okay, so not the Hebrew Israelites, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. So there it is. Not the Negroes. The Hamites selling Shemites into slavery during the slave trade. Because if Ham is the, Hamites selling, basically says it right here. Hamites was selling Shemites. And Shemites are, in this case, talking about the Israelites. Okay, they sold us into slavery. So, Yahawah Rataza, was that it? Let me see. Yeah, basically that was it, man. Okay, so Yahawah Rataza, this was edifying, straight to the point. And with that, I would like to give all praises and the highest honor to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM KAKADASH, double honors to my elders and apostles and teachers of great millstone. Peace and salutation to Sister Akim across the world, who are spreading this knowledge in truth and sincerity, and may the election be upon your households. God, shalom.